Queen asks, how do I make the transition from limited to standard play? Well, Arena is a great place to do it because you're slowly building up a collection, and they're giving you matchmaking that should help you find people of your own skill level and deck quality level. So I think what you want to do is, and we talked about this, about showing this, but like I kind of want to start yet another account just to have one that's at the beginning. But basically, to move into constructed, what I would do is go into your collection. I'll get out of the way here for this demo. A friend made a Chuck Testa deck. I don't know what the Chuck Testa joke is, though, but which was morph creatures which are taxidermable. Who's Chuck Testa? I have to look that up. So to build decks from a limited collection, first you have to see what you have to work with. So if I were Queen trying to move from limited to start dabbling more into build my own constructed, I would look at mythic rares and rares that you have, right? Let's start there. I mean, we have a lot here, or narrow it down to color, like, but really I would start with looking about, getting excited about individual cards, Queen. Once you find individual cards you're excited about, you can start asking yourself how to build around it. Like maybe, Queen, we can do it live here. Think of a rare that you think, has some reasonable power level and isn't embarrassing in standard, and that you would think would be fun to build around. What's something you drafted lately? Oh, you don't get why the net decks are better? Well, it depends on your goals, Queen. If your goal is to be winning as much as possible as soon as possible in constructed, then yeah, don't build your own decks. Go to the internet, find the best internet decks, play them, and then modify those as your brain sees fit. But if you're looking to learn how to be a deck builder, then that's a different story. I'm assuming that you want to learn how to be a deck builder, in which case you should start with finding cards that inspire you and then thinking through how to support them with other cards. Yeah, so net decking versus making your own depends on your personal goals, what you're in it for, what you're trying to do here. But if you wanted to, Queen, if you want to throw out a card name that would be fun to build around, I can do that. Or let's look at, often it happens in the latest set, so let's look at like what's in 2020 that has really been appealing to us, and that, what is it, quantity above 3? All right, so here's all of our 4-ofs in the rares and mythics of the latest set. So this is one way to approach it. Why is this here? I never know how I accidentally turned that on. Well, you all know what my frame rate is now. Oh, it's hiding behind the UI, actually. There's this frame rate thing down here. Okay, so yeah, like, so in this case, well, heck, this is leaping out at like, make the vampire deck, right? So I would say, all right, Soren's obviously powerful. We have 4 of the Vampire Knight that goes along with them. We could just go net deck a vampire deck, but let's try and make our own. So we don't need to do that. So we're going to go make a new deck. Make a new deck. And we're going to make it a black-white Soren deck. I'm going to do it from here, a little easier for you to see. And then we want vampires, so let's look for those. We know Vanguard is great. Legion's Landing is great. Now this is a little bit almost cheating because we're doing it from my paid account where we have a great collection. Well, if you're not sure what's good in standard queen, then you should at least do some browsing of top. Oh, shift period. Thanks. I'm going to take that off then. Appreciate that. I only worked on the game. It's not like I know what the shortcuts are. Anyway, yeah, I would go to MTG Goldfish then and study what's good in standard, and you can get some ideas. But one of the things you want to do is like learn what the good removal is. But oh, you want to make a? We could make a wolf deck as well. In fact, I think anyway, you can see what I'm doing here, and then we want removal. So like you could type in the word creature, and maybe you look at instance sorceries and enchantments that reference creatures, and find some removal. Maybe God's Willing is good enough to protect vampires. But really, we just want to reach out. Actually, let's look at for black removal. It tends to have better removal. Like we can run these disfigures. Actually, let's just craft a couple more. You can do Offering, but that's a little weak for current standard. Cast Down is good, though. You can get a couple cast downs. Actually, Moments are good this is another thing you can do, Queen, when you're building decks and you're not sure, like you're trying to tune it. Like, let's say we're saying, gosh, 2-mana instant removal spell. What's better, Cast Down or Moment of Craving? Well, let's throw in a couple of each and play it and figure it out. That's another way to approach stuff like that. Does that work? That, I mean, it would find you specifically stuff that exiles permanents. Like we put in a Despark even, sure. Anyway, this is how I'd approach it. And then I'd go back to vampires. All right, we've got some removal in there. Let's really find our vampire contingency. And maybe we want as many cheap vamps as we can get. Oh, we haven't added our knights yet. Definitely want 4 of those. We'll throw in 3 of these. What? Oh, this is a good vampire. I don't know if it's the best for this deck exactly. But like generally, you know, something like a 3-mana 2/3 flyer, not really good enough. In Constructed, you want your creatures to be either super cheap or super impactful the minute they show up, or in some cases both. You know, like Dusk Legion Zealot is cheap and it does something on ETB. Don't we have Sorin in? You want more Sorins? Oh yeah, Conquistador. You want Vicious Conquistador? Oh yeah, the other Sorin. This one. And now look, boom, we're suddenly at 62. Oh, we got to go and get our correct lands. Oh, I kind of hate this. Where's I just want the gold lands. And we're going to find our shrines. And isn't there chapel? Here we go. Oh yeah, let's get Legion Lieutenant. That seems required. This is where things get difficult. Making tough cuts. So now we got 6 cuts to make from this deck. Maybe these Legion Zealots aren't good enough. Cut a Vampire of the Dire Moon and this Despark, and then we just really hyper. Oh, actually, we can probably cut some land out of this deck, though. Is the is the temple even available? Let's see. I thought only half the temples were available. Maybe I'm not thinking of it right, though. Yeah, I take out the dire moons. Let's cut a couple lands. 8 to 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20. I think 20 is fine. I do not know what the standard version of this deck is. Yeah, let's see what temples. Wait. Oh, we got temple. Yeah, we can get this temple. And then let's go. There is that one. Yeah, what's the vampire? That one that draws cards. That is a really good one. The expensive one. Yeah, tap lands seem dangerous. I wanted to. Crafting them was okay though. In this account. Hello. You pass it? Ah, here we go. Champ of Dusk. Seeker. Do one Seeker. Let's do a Seeker. And cut a Disfigure. Let's not worry about whether we're matching the net deck exactly, because that's kind of the point here, is that we're trying to maybe cut one champ or cut the Seeker entirely. Let's just try this, and then I don't know, let's shave off a Conquistador. And Q. Well, we're at 20 land. Can we go lower? You think we can go lower? Oh no, wait. How do we get? Yeah, we're sorry. We're way over on land. We just got. Sorry, we added these temples and we actually have room. Great. It's like, wow, we got to make some tough cuts. We can actually add back. So let's put back the Conquistador, and we'll put back one Moment of Craving, because I think we face a lot of red, and Moment of Craving is good against red. I'm down to 20. I think, but maybe that's too. I mean, if we're counting on cheating these and play with Sorin, like our top end is 4. 22 light. 22. We got 22. That seems good then. I'm gonna get one more land back in. Yeah, I was saying earlier, Sarge, that one way to approach deck building from scratch, where you're not net decking, is to mix up things like removal to figure out what's best in the current meta. Let's cut Moment. We can actually do this, and we can even put back the Sanctum Seeker. Let's try this. Oh yeah, Prison Realm is interesting. Maybe bring in at least one realm, maybe even if we do 2, and we go cut. Oh no, we can play this still. How about this? Yeah, Mortify is great too. Good call. This is me not remembering even what the good stuff is. What if we go that, Doon. Prison Realm gets Planeswalkers. Let's split it up. Like this. Anyway. Scratch Vamps. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's the other thing. Don't obsess. You're not going to the Pro Tour. You're just building your own constructed deck. Isn't D-Spark better than Realm? Not if they play Narset or whatever, right? Let's try it. I'm just going to blank out format stuff. No Sorin to make champion awesome. Keep this. Mountain. Good 35% chance of mountain here. Maybe it's not that high. Pretty high though. Oh boy. Oh, they're tanking. Some oppos just use up all their time at the beginning of the game for no reason, and it's very annoying. Yeah, we could run against Sparky, but there's nothing. We're not risking anything. There's nothing to risk here, so I don't care about going straight at humans unless I really just don't even understand what my deck is doing. No, in this case they were waiting. They ended up they had mulliganed and they were tanking on their London mulligan decision. Now wait, we drew and played a swamp. Why would they know that we have a swamp? Shouldn't this eyeball be gone? Or did that feature go away? Used to be if I drew a swamp that matched this one and played it, the eyeball would go away since they're the same card. I don't know why. Wrong swamp though? Aren't they the same? My point is, you shouldn't have to care about what swamp it is. Right, but the whole point is that they had a feature that made that not relevant. Oh, I didn't draw it. Okay, that would explain it then. I thought I drew the swamp. Fully explained if I did not draw the swamp. Just got confused. What else is new? Well, I don't think both of these are going to survive combat. Maybe. What are they doing over there? I guess so. All right. Countered? Question mark? Draw 2 cards? Probably draw 2 cards. No, countered. All right. Yeah, I was kind of expecting insight, but we'll take the sabotage. We've gotten some creatures underneath their counter magic, so it doesn't matter too much that they countered that one. All right, it matters a little bit. This is the annoying part of best of one. It's like, all right, creatureless, mostly creatureless deck. I bet they'll leave us with the cast down. They're going to regret that when we draw Sorin off the top. right, we'll try that after we attack. Now the insight? No more dead creatures. I snap pumped it for lulz, not for strategic value. Left Turn Clyde, thank you for the sub. I like the name. I'm old enough to have seen that movie when it was in theaters, although I don't think I did. Let's give this a try. I'm doing it pre-combat in case for some reason they do something to get our vamp. Well, we got a long road before a single vampire is going to beat a Azcanta in 13 attacks, so we need help off the top. We're not going to get there on this vampire alone. Funny, I mentioned Narset. This is why we don't want D-Spark, right? But we'll see. That is most likely my daughter's friend who lives across the street and is probably coming over to get their teenage days started. I'm going to go ahead and attack Narset. Oh, they're probably just going to kill here. I think I'm ready to... scoop on this one.
Just wait a moment.
So sad that they don't even feel like our creature is worth the scorn. I'm done with drafting for the day, I think. Yeah, BDU. I'm gonna play maybe one more game of this and then call it a stream. I don't have Jay on today to do a lot of standard stuff with me, so just a little bit of standard here. Doing a live deck building based on what we have in the collection.
Meditate and prepare.
Yeah, they get the second activation anyway, but I thought maybe they'd want to keep her. All right, I'm done with this one. It's going to be our long road from there, beating a flipped Azcanta. Right on, see you, BDU. I'm gonna play one more game and then we'll wrap it up. Oh, I didn't know, I can't remember if we cycled. We did cycle, so that's fine. All right. All right, Scratch Vamps, give us a win. Yeah, it was a weak keep. Weak opener, but I think it was a reasonable keep. All right, Sorin and Legion's Landing makes this a better keep. We have Moment of Craving as well, so if we see a mountain, we should be in decent shape this game. I will pay 2 though and get this Legion's Landing going. Got ourselves a Scape Shift opponent, so these removal spells aren't going to be too useful, but they do play creatures, so they won't be utterly useless. They'll just be pretty weak. All right, here's where we probably see the first creature, a 1/1 elf that will put another land in play. Oh, Risen Reef. Very interesting. Have not seen the Risen Reef tech in Scape Shift. That's funny. Let's see, what does this even do? Not much yet. Just gonna do this. We'll crave the reef.
Blood calls to your soul.
This card is good. Man. But it feels like this deck is maybe a little too removal heavy, especially in a best of one meta. Although we don't mind this here either. I'm going to throw it here, spread out our...
My bloodline flows through you.
Spread out our power. Although if they're just going to take it, maybe I should have just gotten the extra damage in. We're just kind of racing their sudden production of 1 million zombies. Cast Other Sorin -3. What does that do for us? Yeah, I guess we could have done it that way. I've been trying to build these up. Maybe that's wrong. Three damage to any target. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm making it up myself. We can put another counter here, and then it can get through the Cavalier. Then they'd have to chump there. I think I like that. We'll try that.
I bestow a mighty curse.
Landing or just Sorin? Maybe we just do Sorin. Oh, you like landing now for sure? I don't know. I'm just making shit up. Let's see. Nothing to get from there.
What a mess I've made.
I mean, even in TV 14, they get like 1 S-bomb per hour or whatever, right? Doesn't matter which one we keep, we get the dude either way. Still don't have anything to get, though.
Time for a drink. Blood calls to your soul.
Oh, this one's slipping away. If it's not, it's funny to be having something slip away at 37 life, but that's where we're at here.
You're working up my appetite.
Sure. No, we're landing here. No, we're landing here. Get out of our way.
The weak feed the strong.
Can I go at face? Oh, that's true. Maybe this is how we get there.
Your lifeblood is...
What do you take out for the zealot? Do you maybe remove the conquistador? Oh, that's too bad. Had outs to just win, but that kind of harmed our chances. Now they can take out Soren. Well, this Soren, I mean. Oh, alright. Let's draw the other Soren? No, that doesn't work.
Not my final demise.
Hmm.
I abhor my need for blood.
All right, we'll call that one good. I'd say yes, Sir Temmie, but I've got a busy afternoon that includes a crown. I get to go to the dentist and they get to chop off the top of my tooth. That's gonna be fun. Let me tell you, as a guy in my mid-40s, if you want some, what would I tell myself at 23? One of the things I'd go back and tell 23-year-old Ryan, 23-year-old Ryan, stop drinking the soda. Stop it. You're pouring acid and sugar over your damn teeth all day, every day, and it's going to wreck your teeth, and you're going to hate yourself for it when you hit your 40s. Stop with the sugared soda. Don't drink sugar. Yeah, if you're a heavy cola drinker or whatever, I strongly encourage you to put down the sugared sodas and brush those teeth every night. I did brush my teeth regularly, but I just put my teeth through such a ringer in my 20s. So, anyway, that would be my advice to 20-something-year-old Ryan to have avoided this afternoon. But bottom line is, I wrecked my teeth in my 20s with poor soda choices, and all that fillings, all that stuff wears out after a couple decades, and now we're going to go and take care of it. I'm telling you, AVB, at least drink it through a straw. Get a straw and send it straight down your throat. If you can keep your sodas from passing over your teeth, that's at least a little better than sugared, than nothing, right? Anyway, thank you all for hanging today. It's been a blast. It's been a great week. Been up and down week, but we got our fair share of wins in the end, I think, and had a good time doing it. Looks like we got Lord Tupperware playing Magic. We got Newmont. Let's take a look at see what people are up to. Seth Manfield is playing. If Seth is playing some limited, maybe we'll go raid Seth. Haven't really done that yet. Or there's Lord Tupperware is doing flashback drafts. Looks like Seth is doing standard, though. What's Amazonian doing? Oh, looks like Amazonian's drafting. I'll send you there. Alrighty, thanks everybody. Gonna send you over to Amazonian, who is in an arena draft. Looks like, or maybe not. Gosh, is that? I'm not sure what she's up to, but we're sending you there anyway. You go ask. Thanks and have a great weekend. See you Monday.